Welcome back to another episode of the Booty Talk Show. Now, this episode will be based on a video request, and the request was made a while ago, but I'm just now getting to it. And usually I make these talk shows in my car, but I'm just gonna make it in my room this time, all right? Now, I want to start by saying if you're one of my old viewers that usually watch this talk show, fast forward about 90 seconds because I want to talk to all the new viewers. There's a lot of new viewers on this channel. They don't really know what this is about. So all my old people, just skip about 90 seconds forward and then the video will continue there. All right, so I always got to make this disclaimer. This video is not for everybody, okay? So for all my new people, you might want to just skip this and watch something different, okay? Because this is not the typical Gloomy Gang video, okay? It's completely different, all right? A lot of people find it inappropriate. They don't like the type of stuff we talk about. So for all my new people, just skip this video and I'll catch you on another one, okay? Usually when I release this particular video series, I release it with other videos too. So usually when I release this video series, typically 2 or 3 other videos come with it. So there's something for everybody, okay? So those that don't want to watch this, they can watch something different. Now, for all my new viewers and those of you that don't know, this whole talk show series is dedicated to a woman's ass, okay? That's all we talk about, everything about a woman's ass, because I got this huge infatuation with a woman's ass. So in these videos, that's all we talk about. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. Now, I always got to start these videos off with a disclaimer because people come watch these videos and then they'll complain about it. Okay, now, I only make these videos for a select few people. It's not for everybody. So if just those select few people watch this, that's fine because that's who it's intended for. All right, so now that we got all that out the way, without further ado, this episode is sponsored by T-Sizzle. All right, so you read what he said. Now, he started that by saying he don't like God, but God made the female butthole beautiful. And I couldn't agree more, all right? I think it's a work of art. Female ass, the female butthole is a work of art, all right? But before I answer that question, look at it like this. Now, in episode 1, I mentioned that ever since I was a kid, I always had a huge infatuation with a woman's ass. For me, this is nothing new, okay? Ever since I was a kid, I always had like this weird infatuation with a woman's butthole, okay? Ever since I was a kid. It's nothing new. It was always like that ever since I was pretty much like 8 or 9 years old, okay? And I always told myself as a kid, when I get old enough to do it, I'm gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna do it to as many females as I can. And also in that same episode, I mentioned if a woman show me her butthole, I go nuts, I lose my mind. I don't care how old she is either. She can be 50, 55. If she show me her butthole, I lose my mind, okay? I lose my mind. It drives me nuts, okay? If she lay on her stomach or she spread her butt cheeks in front of me, I lose it, okay? I just lose it. I go nuts. Then in episode 2, I mentioned about that time I lied to that chick, which she figured out. I only wanted her because she gave up the ass. It got to the point where she had asked me. She was like, hey, is this the only reason you want to talk to me? She had asked me that. She was like, is that the only reason that I was interested in talking to her? And I was kind of shocked she asked me that. And when she did, I just lied. I said, no, of course not. You know, I like you for your personality. I think you're a sweet person. I just lied. If somebody asked me that, I'm not going to tell them the truth. I'm not going to be like, yeah, I only want you because you give up the ass. No, I'm going to tell them some BS. You know what I mean? So I told her that and she was like, oh, okay. But yeah, deep down inside, that's all I wanted to do with her. So to the guy that requested this video, back to his question, he's asking, what do I prefer over a woman's ass, her vag, or her mouth? I'll take a girl's ass any day over anything else, all right? To answer your question, just straightforward, yeah, I'll take her ass over anything, bro. I mean, if you watch my other episodes, you should know that already, but I don't know, I guess you just want to hear me talk, but yeah, I'll take a woman's ass over her vag and head. I mean, head's all right. I don't mind if a chick suck me off, but her ass is better. Now, again, let me explain myself. I'm not saying that I will turn down a woman's vag. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'll just turn down her vajayjay. No, it's just that I have more interest in her ass. Okay, if I had a choice between the two, I'll take her booty cheeks any day over her vag. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I just have more of an interest in what's between her booty cheeks than her vag. Okay, and I don't know if you watched episode 1, but I went into detail, like ever since I was a kid, like how I pretty much like developed this fetish, this infatuation, and how when I was a kid, I told myself when I grow up, you know, I'm gonna fuck as many women in the ass as possible. When I go to high school, middle school, whatever, I'm gonna do as many as possible. Now, speaking of high school, I'm gonna expand on that story a little bit, okay? Because also in episode 1, I mentioned that pretty much every chick I talked to, I tried to get her to do it, and pretty much none of them could do it. When I say they couldn't do it, I mean like you could get it in, but they didn't like it and it wasn't easy for them and they didn't want to do it a second time. Okay, but when I first smashed a chick, it was in her ass, bro. Like very first time I smashed a chick, I was like so as a kid, all right, like I'm talking like 15 years old. Okay, when I first started high school as a kid, I was like so infatuated in the girl's ass by that time. Like when I first smashed a chick, it was in her ass. Okay, and I had to talk her into it. Okay, she didn't want to do it that way at first, but I was able to talk her into it, you know. And she was a virgin too. All right, so when she lost her virginity, she lost it in her ass. So yeah, but that's what I wanted to do, you know. Like I had no interest in a woman's with JJ. I just wanted to smash a woman in the ass, even as a kid like that. And like my friends at the time, you know, because like when you in school, you always talk to your friends. Like whenever you get with a woman, get with a chick, whatever, you like, y'all always talk about it. So I was telling my friends, like they clowned me for that. They was like, oh man, what's wrong with you? You nasty. Like they clown me relentlessly. Like I didn't give a shit though. I was like, you know, that's what I like. So hey, if y'all don't like doing that, then that's on y'all. But you know how that go. Like if you kind of different, if you like something different that's outside the norm, people will clown you for it. Well, they clown me relentlessly for it, you know. But I didn't care. Like I kept doing it. And the next girl I had talked to, she couldn't do it either, but I was able to like talk her into it. And she tried it, but again, she didn't like it. And then I was still 15 years old, and I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen so y'all can see. Now, this chick right here, I was 15. She was a few months older than me. She was already 16 at the time. Okay, she was already 16, but she never did it before. But what happened was she ended up like warming up to it, and it got to a point where like she was able to do it consistently. So I had told y'all in episode 1 that out of all the chicks I had talked to in high school, only one could do it like easily. Like she was the one that could do it easily. Okay, but at first it was still difficult, you know, but she was able to like open up to it to the point where she could do it easily. Yeah, but it's crazy because I had turned 16 and I had got my license. And what started happening was we went to the same high school, but what started happening was like, so let me go back. Let me back up a little bit. So her parents, get this, her dad was a church deacon. Okay, her dad was a fucking church deacon, and her mom, I forget what her mom did, but usually when we were in school, we would get out of school at 2:20 back then. Okay, get out of school at 2:20. And her parents wouldn't get home till like 5:30 in the evening. So what would happen, like she would ride with me and we would go to her house. And it got to a point where like every day after school, we would do that. Okay, we would just do that. And she was a virgin too at the time. Okay, she was still a virgin too. She had lost her virginity by doing that. Okay, and every day after school, we would go to her house and it would just be that. Okay, because like my parents had wanted me to go to the gym like after school, but it got to a point where I was like skipping the gym just to go to her house. Okay, because I had ran track in school, and they had wanted me to go to the gym to like practice and stay in shape and all this stuff. But I was more, like I said, I was more interested in a woman's ass than anything. Like that pretty much took priority. It took precedence over everything. So every day after school, we would go to her house. Her parents wouldn't be home, and we would just do that. Okay, and it got to a point where, yeah, she didn't like it like 100%, but she liked me enough to let me do it when I wanted to do it. So that was like the main thing. Like I said, in most cases, black women are conservative with their ass, and usually they won't let you smash them in the ass. But if she like you enough, all right, if she like you enough and if she trusts you, she'll let you do it. Okay, I don't care what nobody say. If she like you enough, even if she don't like it 100%, she'll still let you do it. So again, I had told my friends, what I was doing with her and this and that. Cause like, if you're going out with somebody, the whole school know pretty much. So like my boys would ask me, they'll ask me like what I do with her. Just, you know how it is when you're a kid, you tell everything when you get with a female. And I told them, yeah, I smashed her in the ass, and they clown me. Like they wouldn't let up. Like every time they see me, they were like, yeah, they would call me names and stuff like that. I mean, we were still friends, but if we were like playing ball or something, they would clown me like the whole time. They would like laugh at me for it. But again, I didn't give a shit because that's what I was into, and that meant more to me than anything. I didn't care if they clown me. Because like I said, we were still friends and all that, but it was kind of like, just give me a hard time with it. That's the best way I can put it. They would just give me a hard time, okay? Yeah, so even at lunch, we say at lunch, they would still give me a hard time about it. They'd be like, hey bro, when you just gonna give in and just smash her the normal way? I'd be like, I don't know, whenever I feel like it. But it got to a point where they clowned me so much, I just did it the normal way, just to tell them like, hey, I smashed her the normal way. It wasn't in her ass. And they still clown me anyway. But anyway, let's rewind a little bit. Okay, so going back to when I was a 15-year-old kid in high school. All right, so not the picture with me and that chick on the screen. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about a different chick, okay? The first chick I had talked to, not the one on the screen that I had showed you with me and her standing. So when I had first was about to engage in that, okay, when I had first I was so infatuated in the woman's ass, okay? We already know this. I was like, I would just, because all before then, I was just looking at magazines, okay? Like I had found my dad's magazines, and I was just looking at the magazines and stuff like that, because you didn't really have access to porn back then, okay? Yeah, it wasn't like readily available, especially like being a kid, because your parents did all they could to prevent you from getting access to it. So yeah, when I had got with that one chick, okay, and I had talked her into it, because like I said, she didn't really want to do it at first, but I was so determined to do it, like I was able to talk her into it. Okay, so yeah, when she had dropped her pants and I had seen a woman's butthole in real life for the first time, how can I explain it? I couldn't breathe, okay? It was breathtaking, all right? It was breathtaking. I literally lost my breath. I couldn't breathe when I seen it for the first time, all right? People tell you they go to Niagara Falls. People tell you they see the pyramids at Giza, whatever, the Amazon River. They say things like that. It's breathtaking. No. Seeing a woman's butthole for the first time, that was breathtaking. I couldn't breathe when I first seen it in real life. I was beyond excited. It's like, saying I was excited is like an understatement. Like for real, I'm not exaggerating when I say I couldn't breathe, okay? But she was about to let me put it in, and before I could even get it in fully, I was already done. I had just busted right then and there. That's how excited I was. I busted. It was dripping all down her leg. It got all on the floor. And after that, I had to stop. She knew what had happened, but she still asked me what's wrong? Am I okay? And I was like, let me just give me a minute. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, yeah, just give me a few minutes. But she knew what had happened. But she knew I had it wasn't even prematurely. Like I just busted off the side of her butthole. Yeah. Like once it made contact with her skin, it was a wrap. It was a wrap, bro. Just like that, but yeah, that was the first time I had smashed a chick. That's what happened. Very first time, like when I was 15. But so I had waited. It ended up being like 45 minutes. I had to wait. And then like the second reattempt, it went better. Okay. It was difficult for her to do. Like I said, after that, she didn't want to do that no more. Okay. That's what I mean when I say like they couldn't do it, but I was able to do it that one time with her, and then after that she didn't want to do it no more, but yeah, she lost her virginity in her ass, so, and she was a black chick too. And like I said, they're notorious for not letting you smash them in the ass, but if she like you enough and if she trusts you enough, she'll let you do it. Okay. But luckily I was able to get her to do that one time. The first time I tried, when I busted, then the second time she let me do it. But after that, she didn't want to do it no more, which is cool, because like once I got a taste of it, okay, once I did it that one time, that's all I wanted to do from that point on. Okay, so I had stopped talking to her and I started talking to the second chick. Okay, and it was the same way with her. But it had got to a point where like if I was home, because I didn't have a cell phone back then. Okay, like cell phones, pretty much back then you use like house phones. Okay. So landlines, you use landlines. So when I'd be at home and they would call me, like I either wouldn't pick up, or if my mom was there too, I would tell my mom, hey, if somebody called, tell them I'm not home, tell them I'm at the gym or somewhere. Cause like the ones that wouldn't let me smash them in the ass after that, like I didn't want to talk to them no more. Cause yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So if they let me do it once or twice and wouldn't do it no more after that, then I won't talk to him no more. And then if I see him at school, I'll just avoid him, I would say what's up, but I wouldn't hold no conversation or nothing like that. But especially if they try to call me at my house, I would avoid their calls. Because back then it was kind of like a turnoff if a chick didn't want to get smashed in the ass. Okay, even if she let me do it once or twice, if she didn't want to do it no more after that, it's kind of like a turnoff. So I really didn't want to deal with them like that. But yeah, I don't know how it was when you was in high school, but you kind of know how it goes. Like if there's a chick you're interested in your class, you just ask her out. You ask her to a dinner and a movie. That was like the main thing back then, a dinner and a movie. Okay, so an exquisite dinner back then would be like freaking Chili's or the Olive Garden or Red Lobster, something like that. And you see a movie after that. So like if it was a chick I liked, I would just ask her, hey, can I take you out to a movie? And whatever she say, then that weekend we'll go see that movie and have dinner after that. So I would repeat that maybe twice or 3 times, and then I would ask her that question. I was like, hey, are you into anal? Have you ever tried before? And if she say no, or if she'd be like, no, I'll never let a guy do that, then I wouldn't talk to her no more after that. And like I said, if they tried to call my house, I wouldn't pick up. And I would tell my mom, hey, because we had caller ID, so you would know who's calling you. I'd be like, hey, if this person calls, just tell them I'm not home. So if they weren't down with that, like I didn't want to deal with that particular female. That was my mentality. That's all I was interested in, really, So if she wasn't down with that, then I didn't want to deal with her, So if anything, I spent like $30 on a freaking dinner and movie, and whatever she say after that, it determined if I take her out again or not, but if she at least said she would attempt it or try it, then that was cool. Okay. But if she said no, there's no chance of that happening, she would never let a guy do that, I'll just leave that chick alone, bro. I wouldn't talk to her. That was my mentality. Like, yeah, I wouldn't deal with her if she said no and there's no chance of that happening. I just felt at that point I'm wasting my time with her, because I'm trying to get something that I like and she's not about it, so why waste my time? That was my mentality. But yeah, those stories that I shared with you guys, those are like high school stories. And I'm not really, if a woman don't give up her ass, I'm not just gonna like cut her off like I would in high school. But back then, if she wasn't about it, then yeah, I wouldn't deal with her at all. But nowadays, like if she say no, it's kind of all right. It would be better if she did, but I'm not just gonna cut her off completely like I would back in those days. Yeah, but if I bring a female over and she don't want to do anal, I mean that's cool, but she gonna do something that's involving her ass. Like she can lay right here on my bed and spread her butt cheeks. I at least want to see it. Okay, so if she don't do anal, it's not the end of the world, but I at least want to see it at least, or she can at least, like I say, lay down and let me lick it at least, you know, but it don't have to be like penetration, but it gotta be, she gonna do something involving her ass. Like I said, I at least wanna look at it. I at least wanna put a finger in it, something. And then this young lady right here, Anti-Nailist Witch, she put this in her community post. She says she's sure a drop of melancholy would agree. And the post says, the pussy be way better when it's stinking. Well, first of all, I never said I like the smell of a woman's vajayjay. I said I like the smell of a woman's ass, okay? I said that several times, matter of fact. So, no, I don't agree, okay? Because I never said I like the smell of her vajayjay. For those of you guys that know, the smell of a woman's vajayjay and her ass, two completely different odors. So to the young lady that made that community post, no, I don't fully agree with that. But at the same time, I know you was just trying to be funny, because I did say that I enjoy female body odors. Now again, these videos attract a lot of unwanted attention, and there's a reason why I always gotta make a disclaimer before I make these videos. But I'm gonna show you one reason why. Okay, so check this out, read this comment. All right, so the comment on screen, you can read it for yourself, but pretty much there was a female that had agreed with what I said. It was a conversation on this subject, okay? And she pretty much came in and she said she liked it. And I just blurred her name out to pretty much protect her privacy, because she probably don't want everybody knowing that. But she's pretty much saying that she like anal. She's saying she like when a guy do it to her pretty much, and it's the best. And then she said that it's funny how no other females commented, because at the time she was the only female that came in and commented on it, saying she liked it. And then this woman had came up, and I'm not gonna block her name out because she's a bitch and she needs to be exposed. But anyway, she came up saying that pretty much, y'all can read it for yourself, but pretty much she's saying we're perverted and we're nasty. Okay, hey, I'm not gonna disagree. Maybe doing anal with a chick is nasty. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe it is, but if you consider that nasty, you gotta consider any sexual contact nasty. But I'm not saying it's not nasty, because I mean, let's just be real. Maybe it is, you know, but that's besides the point. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're asexual, like you claim, okay, you said that you're anti-sex, whatever, why are you gonna watch this type of video? I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. You clicked on this video, and I title these videos where you'll understand what the conversation is going to be about. So by you clicking a video, but you're claiming to be anti-sex, that's on you. If we grossed you out, you think we're perverted, you think whatever, that's on you, because you chose to watch the video. And there's several disclaimers. There's a disclaimer at the very beginning. I give a verbal disclaimer. I let y'all know what I'm going to be talking about, and I give you time to turn away if you don't want to watch the video. So by you coming in here and saying we're nasty, we're perverted and all this, then that's on you. And you know what? I'm gonna keep doing it, because that's what I like doing. So to that female that left that stupid ass comment, let me tell you like this. I already know it's taboo. I already know most people probably think that's nasty. And you know what? That's more of a turn on. The fact that you find that nasty, me wanting to fuck a woman in the ass, the fact that you find that nasty, it just made me want to do it more. All right, it's more of a turn on. And I take that as a compliment by you calling me nasty. All right, so my advice to you, just stay up off this channel. Don't watch these videos, and don't comment if you don't like what we're talking about, or if you think people are perverted or nasty, because they're into different things. Yeah, but it's people like that that watch these videos and they make stupid ass comments like the one I just showed you. And she commented on several videos, but that's just stupid what she said, because she knew what she was watching. She's probably watching right now. So yeah, but it's people like that that come in and they watch these videos and they make stupid comments. So that's why I always gotta give a disclaimer at the beginning of these videos, all right? Because people like that. So for those of you that watched episode 2, you can recall me sharing the story where I mentioned how my mom was friends with this girl that worked at the car dealership, and she had hooked me up with her. So during that time, my mom was a nurse. She's retired now, but she was the senior nurse at her office. So whenever like these new young nurses would come in, like she would befriend them. And if they were single, she would introduce me to them. Like she would bring them over to her house and introduce me to them. At the time, I was just getting out of the military, so I had like severe PTSD. I was kind of like isolating myself, and she was kind of like worried about me. So she would like bring these women over just so I could meet them and all this stuff. So when I first got out of the military, like I really didn't have to put in much work, like trying to talk to women or find women, because pretty much my mom would do the work for me. She would like meet these women on her job and bring them over. So yeah, you already know what that's about. I have plenty of other booty related stories because I'm an opportunist. Okay, if I meet a chick, like I said, I'm gonna do what it takes to get what I want. But yeah, I got plenty of other stories with those young nurses my mom had knew at her office and stuff like that, but we'll chop that up on a different episode. Me, I like to go against the grain in a lot of things. I just like to go against the grain. I like to do stuff outside of the norm. And when you start talking about you rather penetrate a female's ass rather than her vajayjay, you completely disregard her vajayjay, that's going against the grain because most of society don't agree with that. If you tell most of society that, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. I had my own family call me a sexual deviant. Okay, I had people call me nasty because I like stuff like that. So yeah, they're gonna call you names, they're gonna ridicule you, but you like what you like. And me personally, I know it's against the grain. Otherwise, I wouldn't get comments like this. Okay, I get comments like this because wanting to do something like that to a female, that's against the grain. There's no way around it. It's not the natural way of order. So people are gonna call you out for it. But like I said, that's cool. They can call me out all they want to. And here's another thing I wanted to point out. By you doing that to one of these females, okay, by you penetrating her ass, you're pretty much telling nature to fuck off. All right, you're pretty much telling nature to fuck off. And again, you're going against the grain because what does nature want us to do? Nature wants us to procreate, all right? That's like the ultimate goal of everything, procreation. So nature wants you to penetrate her vagina, all right? Nature wants you to bust a nut in her vagina. Nature wants you to procreate. But by you not doing that, okay, by you penetrating her ass instead, you're mitigating the chance of procreation happening. And no, I'm not trying to turn this into an anti-natalist video. I'm just being real, all right? Could she still get pregnant if you penetrate her ass? As a matter of fact, she could, believe it or not. However, the chance of that happening is reduced to insignificant, okay? So it's like it's like a less than 1% chance of that happening. And when I say busting nut in her ass, I don't use rubbers either. I just think they're goofy. I think they take away from too much of the feeling, and I really just raw dog a chick, honestly. So when I say busting nut in her ass, I mean, of course, not using a rubber. I mean, just, yeah, filling her ass with your seed. That's what I mean. All right, so again, in a nutshell, nature don't want you doing that, okay? Each time you go on a female's ass, nature don't want you doing that because you're going against it, all right? Nature wants you to procreate. So, yeah, you're going against nature by doing that. So that's another reason why people see it as taboo and people see it as not a good thing and people call you out for it because it's just going against the natural order. Like I said earlier, you're pretty much saying fuck nature, you know? And it is an unnatural form of penetration. All right, it actually is. It's unnatural, but yeah, to the gentleman that requested this video, T Sizzle, once again, to answer your question, yes, I'll take anal over a woman's vag or her sucking me off. But I mean, again, the reason is it's a fetish, all right? It's an infatuation. So whatever my fetish is, whatever my infatuation is, I'm gonna like that more, obviously. Okay, so that's pretty much the reason why. And again, like I said in episode 1, I like the look, the feel, and the smell of a woman's butthole, okay? I like the way it look. It's always like nice and puckered, okay? I just like the way it look, okay? The feel is real tight. For you guys that done it, Okay, a woman's ass is real tight when you penetrate her ass. It just like, it squeezes you, all right? It feels amazing. And the smell, that's self-explanatory, all right? I don't need to tell you why it smells. But yeah, since I just mentioned that, it don't matter how cute she is. When I talk about the smell of a woman's butthole, it don't matter how cute she is. Okay, like all these ones you see on social media, don't matter how cute she is. Okay, if she put in a full day of work and she come home, let's say if she work at a grocery store, she walking around all day, she gets sweaty. When she come home, it's gonna have an odor. It's gonna have some funk to it. So it don't matter how cute she is. It don't matter, all right? It's gonna have some kind of odor. Just because she cute doesn't exempt her from having an odor. It don't work like that. So if you're the type of dude that's into body odors, wait till she come home from work, then smell it. It's gonna have an odor if you like odors, okay? So, but anyway, whenever I bring a female over and she get naked, that's the first thing I wanna look at. Very first thing I wanna see is her butthole, because that's what I like the most. I wanna see that first, okay? I don't care about her boobs. I don't care about her feet. I like feet too, but that come last. I wanna see her booty hole first. So, yeah, that's what turned me on the most. Hey, and all jokes aside, like, out of everything about a female, I like that the most. Like, out of everything about a chick, I like her butthole the most. And I'm not ashamed to admit that, all right? Because otherwise I wouldn't be here on the internet talking about it. So, I don't give a shit what people think about me. I like what I like, okay? If the rest of the planet think that's gross, think that's sick, hey, that's cool, because I like what I like. So, I don't give a fuck what nobody else think. I like what I like. And I'm gonna keep liking what I like. All right, so that's it for today's show. If you guys have any video requests related to these topics, leave them in the comments and we'll chop it up in future episodes. This is the Booty Talk Show, where we discuss everything regarding the female ass and anus.
My ass and my anus.
I'm your host, Ashad, and I'm out. Peace.
We had this discussion about, black women are not into anal sex as much as they think, as much as white or Hispanic women are.
Okay.
Do you believe that Spanish women or Puerto Rican women, for that mode, with your peers, family, that they're more into anal sex, or is that a choice? The females, obviously. The females. Teachers on, but the females.
Have to go there. I don't know how I'm gonna answer this thing. I mean, I know what to say. I don't know if I can say it.
You can say it on this show. When you're an accident that you're tired on, you can say any damn thing.
Oh my god.
How do you feel about anal sex?
Oh my god. Okay. I don't want my mom know about that.
So he could literally get the booty, literally.
Yes. But I take it out loud. That's not something. Keep it like that. Like that's not. That's not like that. No.
Now, you being a Latina, is that among your friends and peers? Do you guys talk about that a lot, or is it? Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, we talk about that. Wow. Some women like it more than the other ones. So another ones is like, oh no, I tried once, I don't want to do that again.
Black women are not doing as many anal scenes in porns,
Yes.
right? But the white woman and Hispanic woman got it on lock.
Yeah.
Could you relate to this? Is this true?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I have a couple good friends. They're black,
Right.
and they just That's a no. I don't go down. I don't do that. And I said, okay.
My black sisters, and you hear this within.
Yeah.
Wow. So you notice that now a peer that you have that's Hispanic or white, what would they say?
Yeah, but it's true. I think a lot of the white women, a lot of them, they're more freaky than the black ones. I don't know. I just don't know why. I don't have the answer for that, but I mean, like I said, for me, I can talk for myself or my friends or the stuff that we share together as a woman. I think it's just the heat of the moment. Sometimes you just, that day you go more freaky the other days.
Damn.
Like, okay, let me just attempt again. I was like, maybe I need to put some more numbing cream on my booty hole or something like that, right? So I put a little bit more numbing cream on my booty hole. At this point, my booty hole is numb as fuck. Like, I can barely feel my booty hole. Like, mind you, I'm just putting it around. I ain't stick it all off in there and nothing like that because it didn't say do that, right? So at this point, my booty hole is just numb, bitch. It's just numb. I don't know who the fuck you think you is, but ain't nothing finna go off in there. Like, that shit is truly an exit and not an entrance. Like, at all. Baby, when I tell you my booty was like this, clean. My booty was not having it, bitch. It ain't for everybody. It damn sure ain't for me. So that's a wrap.
I know I can come from being fucked in my ass. I love things in my ass. I'm completely anal addict. I would suggest that everyone would at least try it. I know there's poo coming out of it. There's poo coming out of it. There's poo coming out of it. So do you really want to stick something in it? The only thing that you need to do is make sure that it's clean. But if you make it clean and you make sure it's so much fun to play with,